What's up guys? It's your basketball geek CJ Larin. Si Seth wala na naman. Kuya, may kasama po kasi ako si Seth. So,
Okay.
Kuya Mike and Kuya Javi na una. So, pero siya nag-work po siya kaya hindi siya makasama ngayon. So, ngayon, we have a very special guest. Isa sa mga iniidolo natin. Iniidolo namin Kuya in terms of podcast and sportscasting. We have here, let us all welcome Kuya Juanito Gregorio.
Sa akin ba yung nawawala?
Hindi, okay na po Kuya, okay na po.
Ayan na, ayan na. Okay, okay. What's up, what's up? Sorry, medyo nawala.
Okay lang po kuya. Kamusta na po kuya?
Okay naman, busy lang sa work lately. Yun lang may pinagkakaabalahan. But other than that, okay naman. Masaya naman ang buhay.
So kuya, paano po kayo na-fall in love sa basketball kayo?
Basketball itself, in general.
Opo, basketball.
O kata ako, yung dad ko, coach na. Okay, so when I was young, around 2 or 3, actually mga ganong edad, assistant coach na siya ng UP Fighting Maroons. So at an early age, sinasama na niya ako sa practice. So naging natural eh. Naging natural yung pagkaka-in-love ko sa basketball. Actually, hindi naman nila ako pinilit eh. Nilagyan lang nila ako ng ring sa bahay na maliit. Tapos slowly talagang nag-ano na ako eh, na humaling. Nilagyan nila ako bola, hindi nila ako masyadong tinuruan. Ako mismo, nainganyo ako dun sa sport, and then tuloy-tuloy na eh. Nakikita ko na yung dad ko, napanood ko yung tito ko sa PBA. At that time, PBA, UAAP, kahit NBA eh. 4 years old pa lang ako, 5 years old pa lang ako. Wala pa masyadong TV. Talagang naano na ako sa basketball. So, ano siya eh, naging culture siya sa buhay ko na innate siyang na in love na lang ako. And never na ako umalis. Yun yung nakakatawa dun. At 3 or 4, never ako na-burn out. Nandun na lang talaga ako sa mundong yun. So, hindi ko alam gagawin kapag walang basketball.
So kuya, hindi po ba kayo nag-try na mag-tryouts knowing na yung dad nyo is coach? Hindi po ba kayo nag-tryout sa any universities po?
Ano to? Coming into college na.
Opo, college po, college.
Coming into college, nag-tryout ako sa ilang university. So, UP, ang deal sa akin sa UP kasi, limited ang recruitment. So, ang sa UP, if I can get into UP, automatic team B ako, which that is what happened. Pero nag-tryout ako sa UE. Pinabalik ako, I just went twice. Ang kumukuha lang sa akin was unofficial, but they were requesting that I go. Pero medyo malayo eh, sa Cebu, Southwestern University.
Ah,
So kung saan ang Mactalio, saan ang galing si Benimbala, doon lang ako invite. Nakapunta pa naman ako sa ilang tryouts. Sa Ateneo, nakapunta ako sa Ateneo, pero first training pa lang, si Nico Ilorde dumipensa sa akin. Medyo lugi talaga ako dun sa, si Jerry Pingo yung kasabay. So, I went left and right. Siguro about 3 or 4 tryouts in general. Pero, nung dulo, ginawa ko na lang ng paraan makabalik ng UP eh. Para makapasok ako dun sa Team B.
so yung UP days nyo, yung syempre kuya nag-tryout kayo sa UP. Ano po yung mga going to Team B, ano po yung mga hardships nyo po na nalampasan during that tryout po?
So, never ko na-realize, basketball-wise never ko na-realize na ang liit ko nung high school. Kasi physically, for some reason, matibay ako eh. Ang average ko sa rebound, nung share ko lang, average ko sa rebound is around more than 4 a game for someone 5'3". So, ako hindi ko alam na ang liit ko pala. Ang liit ko pala. But coming into college, doon ko na talaga na-realize na, hala shit, ang liit ko pala. Ang liit ko pala. So, against imports, against bigger point guards, doon ako medyo nag-struggle basketball-wise. I think doon ko na rin slowly na-realize that I had to find other ways. I cannot just continue playing. That's where I went into coaching. That's where I went into broadcast. That's where I went into other stuff about basketball. So, I just wasn't stuck with playing dahil na-realize ko it's not really gonna be a perfect route. No, I'm not the most skilled. I'm not physically gifted. So, talagang I had to find other ways. Pero basketball-wise, if there was probably some hardships, marirealize mo na the more you get older, mas may freedom ka na. And in high school, medyo may spoon feeding pa yan eh. Papaalalahanan ka ng teachers mo na umabagsak ka, mababa grades mo. Pagdating mo ng college, you're free. So, I struggled a bit with balancing basketball, friends. Syempre, unti-unti nang nakikita mo yung mundo. Napapalabas ka na, ganyan. So for a time, I didn't know how to balance, but sometimes you just have to go back to your goals eh. You have to go back to your goals, you have to go back to your whys, tas yun ang magdidiretso sa'yo. So eventually, I was able to go through that. Nothing heavy, really, kasi mabilis kong nasampal yung sarili ko na refocus agad tayo sa kailangan nating mangyari.
Kuya, have you ever tried, kunyari, kasi ako kuya, kasi magpa-first year college pala ako ngayon. So,
Okay.
ako po kuya nung high school days ko po, tinry ko mag-focus sa basketball. And then, nung pagka-focus ko sa basketball, syempre, ito yung basketball, ito yung academic. Syempre, tumaas yan. Kasi gusto kong mag-level up. Pero yun nga, napabayaan ko yung academics ko. Have you ever tried that, kuya? Na gutter yung grade, na gano'n.
Well, to be completely honest, hindi ako nagpabaya sa pag-aaral. Alright? I put a premium on studies, but not to the level na I have to be an honor. Okay? So hindi ko ang goal ko is weird but ang goal ko is to learn. Ang goal ko is matuto. Hindi ko goal tumaas yung grade. That's why hanggang ngayon, nag-enjoy ako matuto. So back in high school, I enjoy history, I enjoy English. Kasi ito yung mga to, masaya lang talaga matuto eh. I struggled a bit with my grades, but not because of basketball. Dahil mahirap yung subject. I always try to find a balance where I'm focusing on basketball, pero alam ko rin na kailangan ko mag-aral. So never ko binitawan yan. That's my priority in life. Again, hindi ako nag-honor, hindi ako high grades, pero hindi rin ako bagsakin. Hindi ako sobrang bagsakin. So academics was always there. In college, the same. Hindi mataas ang grades ko, hindi ako honors, wala yung pangalan ko rin sa line of 1 sa UP. But I always go to class. Andun ako sa klase, nakikinig ako, natututo ako. Minsan, magugulat ka. Sinabi ng prof ko yung one time na, it's weird that I don't have one of the highest grades, pero pag pinag-usapan yung topic ng subject, kaya ko siya pag-usapan. Kasi natututo ako eh. I enjoy learning. So, I think we just have to find the balance of that na masaya rin matuto dahil lang buhay hindi lang basketball eh. Once you get out into the world, now you're young, you're in high school, gets ko yan, ball is life. Ball is life. Ako nung high school ako, nandyan lang din utak ko. But once you get into the world and you realize na mas marami pang bagay sa basketball, and basketball is just one of the beauties, you enjoy learning so much. Yun yung maganda talaga sa buhay.
So, kuya, isiksik ko lang, usapang basketball na rin. Growing up, sino po yung naging basketball idol nyo po na tiningala nyo hanggang maging, ano po kayo, yung makontento na kayo sa ano nang meron kayo nun na ngayon?
Okay, siguro, wala kasi, paiba-iba yung idol ko eh. Nung grade school ako, nag-number 15 ako kasi idol ko si Carmelo. Pagdating ng high school, diyan na nagsimula yung love ko para kay Ricky Rubio. Alright, tapos, syempre Kobe fan ako ever since. I've always been a Kobe fan. Pero wala ko yung specific na one guy. Hindi parang yung si LeBron talaga, Diyos. But siguro, if I was to make it shorter, I've been a very big Ricky Rubio fan. Very big from high school going up to now. Very big Ricky Rubio fan. I love Kobe. Talagang I have a lot of posters of Kobe in my room. I have his book. I have his memorabilia. So siguro si Kobe, more than likely. But locally, I tried to emulate the game of JB Casio, Eman Monfort. Yan yung mga na-realize ko, hindi talaga ako lalaki. And they're not very, very athletic. Hindi sila masyadong malaki. Hindi rin tumataas tumalon. Pero nahanapan nila ng paraan na maging legendary in their own way. So, yun doon ko ina-emulate yung laro ko.
Pero kuya, kasi sumikat kay Kuya Mikey kasi na naka-jersey kayo ng Muggsy Bogues. So,
Yan!
idol nyo din po ba si Muggsy Bogues in terms of, syempre, maliit din siya and nakapasok din siya sa PBA, ay sa NBA pala, NBA.
Si Muggsy Bogues, share ko lang. Hindi ko actually nasi-share pa to with anyone. Late ko kasi, I just knew of Muggsy Bogues. Kilala ko lang siya. Growing up, hindi ko naman nila-expect na magiging 5'3 ako eh. Di ba? Hindi ko naman
Opo.
sabi ko baka 5'5", 5'6", 5'7". So, hindi ko tinitingnan na magiging Muggsy Bogues ako kasi ang goal is to get taller than Muggsy Bogues. Pero kilala ko na siya ever since kasi nga NBA fan ako eh. In college, medyo nag-stop na ako, 5'3". So binibiro-biro na ako ng mga tao, Muggsy Bogues, Muggsy Bogues, pero hindi ko pa talaga siya sobrang pinapanood. It was when I started coaching na sabi ko, okay to kasi may mga player akong maliliit eh. Alam nga naman sa mga player mong maliliit, nagko-coach ako grade school, high school, si Steph Curry yung papanoorin ko. Hindi, wag. Doon ko unti-unting doon ako unti-unti na pamahal kay Muggsy Bogues actually. So, it was really a late love for Muggsy Bogues. Nag-start ako mag-collect ng Muggsy Bogues jersey post-college na. Post-college na. Doon ko na siya. Pero after nun, siguro ngayon, meron ako mga 3, 4 na Muggsy Bogues na jersey dito. Meron ako New Orleans, 2. Meron ako isang Toronto. Yan yung mga nakikita na ng tao sa pag ginagamit ko. Pero hindi siya yung tinitingala ko growing up. He was someone that I just figured na dali lang. Pares kami ng height. Pares kami ng storya. Bati ko na lang di ba? Bati ko na lang siyang konti lang ang 5'3" eh. Nung pag-iayabang na 5'3" kami. Siya
Oh.
5'3" talaga siya. 5'3" din ako. Sabi ko, okay, sige. Tanggapin ko na lang din yung role na ako si Muggsy Bogues.
Ayun, kuya, you are now in fact one of the well-known analysts in basketball din po.
Ay,
Uh,
grabe no. Thank you, thank you.
how did you develop this kind of skill or talent, kuya?
Yung pagsasalita, makapal na talaga yung mukha ko ever since. Alam mo yun, sa mga school, sumasali na ako sa mga yung mga talent show sa sabi mo, atleta ka,
Ah,
team captain ako UPIS dati, sumasali ako sa talent show. So makapal lang talaga yung mukha ko eh. Yung broadcast was something that came natural. Yung dad ko was been a broadcaster sa UAAP, sa PBA for the longest time. Si Coach Ryan Gregorio has also been a broadcaster. Yung cousins ko are 2 courtside reporters in the UAAP. Pinanood ko lang sila. Yung pag-a-analyze naman, natural sa akin yun. Sa Twitter dati. Twitter warrior ako eh. Gusto ko nag-a-analyze. Yung pagsasalita, tinrabaho ko. The analysis part was something innate. I just did analysis on my Facebook, on my Twitter, on my Instagram, with friends, with family. Mahilig na kami mag-analyze ng laro eh. Pero yung pagsasalita was something I worked on. From my classes in UP, eventually sa mga broadcast experience, na lang yun, at tinrabaho ko na lang yung pagsasalita. And I'm just very blessed to be here, sa yung mix na lang of different worlds na for me to be a broadcaster. For sure, hindi pa ako well-known. For sure, malayo pa ako. Malayo na, pero malayo pa. Pero I do enjoy the process of getting there.
kuya, growing up, did you ever realize that you would see basketball as part of your life? Or because right now, kasi kuya, you might not be a player, but all of your connections, topics, and guestings are all about basketball na kasi kuya.
To be honest, pare, hindi ko alam gagawin ko sa buhay pag walang basketball. I never saw myself in an office setting. I never saw myself working 5 days a week na 8 to 5. Ang buhay ko, sabi ko, gusto ko ganito eh. Magulo, walang schedule, pero gusto mo yung ginagawa mo. My schedule's erratic. Tomorrow, I'm going to Batangas to cover the MPBL. On Friday, meron akong laro na player pa ako na paliga-liga sa gilid. Diba? So, ang gulo ng schedule ko. But at the end of the day, if you're in basketball, gusto mo yung ginagawa mo eh. So, did I see myself growing up in basketball? The truth is, it's the other way around. I don't see myself in any other world except basketball. So, in the future, di ko alam where I'm gonna be. But as of now, basketball is here. And dito talaga ako dinala ng tadhana. And I'm truly enjoying it.
Kuya, aside of basketball, ano pa po yung mga positions nyo na yung mga roles nyo po as syempre kung tutuusin hindi naman po yung basketball nandyan lang po eh, pero may mga any businesses po ba kayo or jobs na nandyan sa inyo ngayon?
Well, lately, I've been known already as the manager of the Signal HD Spikers. So yun naman, ano yun eh, hindi ko in-expect na darating. But started out as a strength and conditioning kasi sports science graduate ako and then eventually turned over. So I'm very, very proud to call myself a volleyball manager, no, sa ngayon. So it's something I enjoy. Other than that, I really consider myself as a teacher. Teacher ako sa NU and that's something na I'm very, very proud of. Teachers are one of the more underrated, underappreciated na tao sa ano, they have so much impact sa mundo natin, yet hindi sila na-appreciate as much. And lalo ko silang na-appreciate nung pinasok ko na yung pagtuturo. It was something I never saw myself in. Pero nung napasok ko rin, sabi ko actually parang bagay ako sa pagtuturo. I get to connect with my students and I'm very, very proud to say na isa akong teacher.
Ano
Other than
pong, ano
that,
niyo po kuya? Ano pong
ano yun,
subject, ano po yung subject na tinuturo niyo po sa NU po? PE.
talaga close to my heart. So, even psychology, sports psychology in general, na tinuturo ko. So talagang para malapit na sa puso ko. 'Di ba? I'm very sayang naman eh lahat ng sabi ko nga sa iyo, mahilig ako matuto. Lahat ng natutunan ko sa college ko, gusto ko i-share eh. Gusto kong ilabas sa mga tao. So I do enjoy yung pagtuturo ng PE and health. Then lastly, kung meron akong passion na hindi unknown with everybody, environmentalist ako. No? So I was even vice president ng environmental org namin sa UP before, which is a big marine biological org. And then up to today, talagang very, very vocal ako when it comes to environment issues, ganyan. Kung makikita niyo yung Instagram ko, randomly, every other day, once or twice a week, mag-share ako ng mga stories about turtles, sharks, mga whales, kasi yung marine, ano talaga, malapit sa puso ko yan. So, yun siguro yung mga low-key na hindi ko sinasabi sa tao, pero enjoy ko talagang gawin.
Ako kuya pala, ano po ako, ang kinuha ko pong course, Bachelor in Physical Education po.
Ayan,
So,
ayan. Saan ka
um,
nag-aaral?
sa ano po, Lyceum po. Here in Pangasinan po
Okay,
kuya.
okay,
Ah,
good yan kasi ang lawak niyan, brother, ang lawak niyan. Una, alam mo na paano palakasin yung sarili mo. Ako, ginawa kong ginipig sarili ko eh. Lahat ng natututunan ko, sa akin ko muna susubukan eh. Pag gumana, saka ako ituturo sa bata. So, yung course mo, okay yan. Number two, ang lawak ng pwede mo puntahan. Pwede ka mag-PE. Safe yan. Teachers, kailangan yan. So, trabaho mo safe. Pwede ka rin mag-coach. Pwede ka rin eventually lumawak with different, ano, so solid yan. Proud ako na meron kaming kasunod. Pangasinan branch.
pwede naman kuya, pwede po. Kuya, next po, kasi curious din po ako, paano kayo nagkakilala po nila Kuya Mikey, Kuya Javi, Kuya Bailey, Kuya Darvish. Paano po kayo nagkakilala, Kuya?
Sige, isa-isahin ko sila.
Sure,
Isa-isahin ko.
Kuya.
Siguro unahin si Mikey. Si Mikey, kuya namin yan. Matanda talaga sa amin yan. I think about 3 or 4 years older than us. Coming into college, si Mikey mapili sa tao yan. As in, hindi niya kinakaibigan lahat. Pero kung meron siyang feel na tao, na parang feeling niya, vibe niya, kakaibiganin niya yan. For some reason, kami yung mga nakaibigan niya nung college. Randomly, siguro, sikat na siya, ako, team B ako, magaya yan kumain. Tara Brad, kain tayo, lunch tayo, A2. Okay ah, yaya kami nung star player ng UP kumain ah. Eh yung mga teammates niya na team A, hindi niya niyayaya lahat yan. Hindi lahat yan, nakakatambay niya. So, nung college, sakto lang. Mas naging close kami actually post-college ni Mikey. Kasi doon na kami nag-analyze ng basketball, pare-parehas na kami nag-broadcast. And then, yung dad ko, katrabaho niya sa broadcast. Pero all this time, kuya-kuya ko yan si Mikey. Kuya-kuya ko yan. Okay, share ko lang, nung nagta-try out ako sa UP, si Mikey yung depensa ko. Hindi dumedepensa yan. So, ang pogi ko yun sa tryout. Ang pogi ko sa tryout kasi hindi may pressure to eh. Sabi ko, okay to. Pero si Javi on the other end, kalaban ko yan sa high school. Galit kami dyan. Hindi kami nananalo sa FEU. Pero, nung nag-apply siya sa UP for our college, wala siya ibang kilala. Siyempre, lahat kami sa UP. From UP High School to UP College, pare-pares kami application. Kami, magkakaibigan na kami. Si Javi medyo felt out. So ako yung una niyang kinausap na parang naalala niyang kalaban niya ako. Sabi, Brad, Javi. Di ba, di ba FEU ka, brother? Sabi niya, oo. from there on, tuloy-tuloy na. Syempre, wala naman siyang friends sa una, then naging teammates kami sa Team B, hanggang yung friendship namin nag-blossom na kami. Pucha, bukas magkasama na naman kami sa MPBL. Pucha, sa palitan na ng mukha eh. Darwish, the same story. Darwish is exactly the same story. Kalaban din namin siya. Sa Lasal siya. Transferring over. Kami na yung magkakasama. Yung team B namin nun sobrang buo eh. Bago training namin 7 to 10 p.m. Pero buong hapon nun, magkatambay na kami. Kaya naging solid yung friendship. Tambay na kami, 2K, Dota. Dati uso pa Dota eh. Dota, that's why kami nila Darwish, naging solid. Si Baileys on the other end, baliktad, parang kay Mikey. Diba kuya ko si Mikey? Kami ni Baileys, teammate ko siya nung grade school sa Batang PBA. Practice player ako kasi backup ako ng mga na-line up noon at that time sa Batang PBA. Si Baileys naka-line up. So parang kuya-kuya na niya ako all this time. Tapos yung dad niya nagko-coach. So, growing up, magkaibigan natin talaga kami ni Baileys. So, naging close na lang nung nag-podcast kami. Pero the whole time tawag sa akin, sabi ko ngayon, Brad, wag mo na akong kuyahin. Parang mang weird na kung kaibigan nakakuya ka pa rin sa akin. Pero we got to be really close. We get to see each other. And sobrang solid ng friendship nung ngayon.
So, si ano pa pala kuya? Kuya Nico. Nico Rocha ba
Si
yun?
Nico siya, started his own podcast. And hindi talaga namin siya kilala. Among all the podcasts, sobrang taas ng respeto namin sa podcast niya. Kasi alam niya yung ginagawa niya. He was positive. His questions were great. And then, mas nakilala ko siya nung in-interview na niya yung brother ko, si Jaggy, sa podcast niya. And hirap i-hate ni Nico kasi. Hirap i-hate. Si Mikey, anti sa hating yan. Pero hindi rin niya kinokomment lahat. Yet, hindi rin niya, pag meron siyang gusto, dun lang niya And si Nico was one of the guys talaga na, sabi niya, solid to si Nico, no? Solid to si Nico. And hindi pa namin siya sobrang personal na kilala. But eventually, we got to be friends with Nico. Nagkikita na kami sa UAP. Nagkikita na kami sa NC. And solid na yung podcast yan. Nung nakilala namin siya, mas solid pang tao. Sarap kakwentuhan, sarap kasama. Sabi namin, sobrang solid na addition to kung if ever. And, enjoy. Nothing negative. Nothing negative talaga kay Nico. Solid yan.
So, kuya, last 2 questions na po. Kuya, bibigyan po kayo ng hot take. So,
Okay.
ano po para sa inyo yung team na magda-dominate sa NBA this season?
Dominate sa NBA, grabe. Hot take nga yan. Dominate. So, feeling mo, nandun sa top 4.
Opo.
Top 4 na Hirap kasi, hindi ko alam kung magiging fan ako, magiging analyst ako eh. Pero, hot take, they might be hated a little, but I always still see Milwaukee as a top contender. Hindi sila pinag-uusapan, especially the trade after game. But if fully healthy yung team na yan, I feel that it's always gonna be Milwaukee versus Boston dun sa top. Hindi lang sila healthy, coaching medyo magulo pa. But pag naayos nila yan, na-diretso nila. Tapos kanina lang, they signed Gary Trent.
Yep.
So, ang
Gary
taking
Trent.
addition ni 3&D. Perfectong-perfecto kay Giannis siya kay Dame. No? And then, it answers the defensive liability na nawala kay Drew. So ngayon, feel ko ang laking addition nun. So I feel that that's gonna be really a good addition. I feel na low-key ang Milwaukee will be dominating.
Saka kuya, ano din po, di ba? Ilan na din pong coach sila po ata yung may record na papalit-palit ng coach for 1 season, no?
Kaya yung coaching regime.
Kaya ano po, kuya, last na po na hot take.
Sige.
Name 5 best basketball players sa NBA. Also sa PBA na rin po. Sama na din po natin.
Okay, so 5 and 5. Magkahiwalay.
Opo, magkahiwalay po.
Best ever.
Yung ever po. Yung GOAT talaga.
Bigat yan. Sige, unahin natin yung NBA. Mas madali sa akin yan. I always put Kobe there. Put Jordan. Masakit sa puso ko, but I would go statistically. Hindi ako biggest fan ni LeBron eh. But LeBron's gonna be there. LeBron's gonna be there for the longevity. Sinasama ko yung career-wise, sinasama ko yung college. Kareem. I'm gonna put Kareem. And I really put value on rings. So Bill Russell yung panglima ko. Bill Russell. Hot take lang naman dyan. Usually si Kobe lang yung tatanggalin ng tao dyan eh. Pero wala, masyado ako loyal kay Kobe. PBA, mas mahirap yan. Mas mahirap yan. Pero sige, Junmar na ako. Flat. Junmar is gotta be there. Kailangan mo ilagay dyan si Johnny Abarientos. For me, probably the best point guard ever in the PBA. Johnny Abarientos. Impact-wise, lalagay ko si Jaworski. Impact-wise, lalagay ko si Jaworski. Shit, hirap nito ah. Medyo hot take, pero ako Jason Castro lalagay ko. Feeling ko sobrang daming MVP ni Jason Castro kung hindi na siya nakasabay ni Junmar. And then, hindi ko na kasi masyado talagang inabot yung iba. So, doon ako sa inabot ko. Lalagay ko si James Yap.
James Shop, yeah.
Lalagay ko si James.
So, kuya, ano po pala yung mga may papayo nyo sa mga gustong maging sports anchor, sports analyst, tapos syempre, ako na din, coach na din po. Kasi, kuya, pangarap ko din maging coach someday.
Ang lagi kong payo with all my players, all my co-coaches, all my gusto mga aspiring co-broadcasters, enjoy. Enjoy. Number one, enjoy. Dapat gusto mo yung ginagawa mo. Kasi once you put pressure on yourself that you're not succeeding and it bothers you too much, you get burned out, that is the start of the failure. So just enjoy the process. Hindi mabilis ang proseso. Hindi mabilis ang proseso. It took me a lot of time to get to where I am. So you have to enjoy the process. Number two, don't stop. Don't stop. Once you stop, you're putting yourself to say na sure ba ako sa ginagawa ko. You can slow down. You can rest. But it doesn't mean you're stopping. Okay, so ako, who would have known? My favorite kwento ko, who would have known 2 to 3 years after retirement in basketball, in 2019, I got to represent Quezon City again sa NBL. Because I never stopped. I never stopped. I was always in shape. I was playing in many leagues. I was given an opportunity. Hindi ako tumigil. Uy, nagkaroon na naman ako ng pagkakataon. Because you never know when opportunity will come. You never know. So never stop. Enjoy the process. And number 3, dapat self-aware ka. Self-awareness is very, very important because we're not perfect. Meron tayong mga weakness. Meron tayong mga weakness. If you know how to work on your weakness in a good way, na hindi mo sin-overstress yung sarili mo, and then your weakness becomes a strength, now you look for another weakness na kailangan, na pwede mong ayusin, then you slowly become better. Sabi ko nga, ito, medyo long quote to, but this is a quote I always say to my players. Every small step makes it far if you continue moving forward. Yung maliliit na improvement na yan, habang palayo ka ng palayo, pagtingin mo sa likod, uy, nakalayo na pala ako. So, yun lang. Tatlong yun lang. Yung tatlong yun lang, it will really get people far. No, personally, I'm not even there. I'm not even there, but I continue moving forward. I try and enjoy the process. And at the end of the day, itong buhay natin sa basketball, napakasaya. So, enjoyin lang natin.
So, thank you so much, Kuya Juanito. If yung pinsan ko, kasi pinsan ko po si Seth, request po siya ng part 2. Kung okay lang po sa inyo,
Oo
magkwentuhan.
naman. Nakita mo na medyo magulo lang yung schedule ko. But I enjoy things like this. Kasi para akong teacher eh. I get to teach, I get to share. And at the end of the day, I love sharing what I've been through. Baka malay natin kung sinong makarelate, diba, dun sa pinagdaanan ko. And hopefully get to be able to have a good impact on people.
Thank you so much po for accepting our invitation din, Kuya.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you po, Kuya.